welcome to the Community Spotlight Podcast. My guest today is Matt Tway with Goodwill Industries. And he's got a nice title. I love titles. Everyone that does this program, because everybody always says, has nice titles. And Matt's title is Vice President of Community Development at Goodwill Industries. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thanks for having me, Dave. I appreciate it.
I'm awful glad to have you here because right away, your title already has my first question, which is, what constitutes, I guess you would say, community development in the eyes of Goodwill?
You know what? I have the best job in the world. What I get to do is go out in the community and network with different nonprofits, different corporations, different communities, and talk about the mission of Goodwill and see how we can collaborate together to make our communities better.
All right, now I imagine you're going to get a little bit into what those the mission are, because most people, if they hear about Goodwill, they think, well, I just go to the store, the Goodwill stores, and I buy stuff, or I take stuff there to the store.
Yep, that's the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, that's the point I want to get.
10% that everyone knows about.
All right, well then, what all goes on between, like I said, me taking stuff to the store or me going into shop? There's a lot in between. You guys do a lot of things.
Yeah, absolutely. I like to tell people that Goodwill was recycling before recycling was cool. So we want to be good stewards to everything that is donated to us.
All right.
So that old T-shirt, that old flower vase, we want to make sure that we use it to maximize our mission. So even like the holy T-shirts that we can't sell immediately, or those single shoes, people find it interesting that we will take single shoes because we have a resource that we can send those shoes out and get revenue that goes to support our mission. And our mission being building lives that work.
Well, now, see, you're already opening again more doors for me. You took it on various avenues.
Yes.
So basically, what you're saying is nothing is wasted.
Very little is wasted. I mean, like all organizations, we do have a trash bill, but we try everything that we can to use the shirts, use the textiles. Even in 2022, we had 38,000 pounds of stuffed animals that we recycled. We found a source to keep those out of the landfill. And if you think about it, 38,000 pounds of stuffed animals, that's a lot of stuffed animals.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, now, obviously, you're taking these various materials in.
Yes.
You're sorting them.
Yeah.
You have probably a small percentage that you really can't do anything with, like you said, that does end up in the trash.
Right.
But now, let's talk about the exciting part of this.
Yes.
To me, is okay, you have it, you're selling items.
Right.
Now, what does this fund? What does this go? What does it happens in your operation?
So a lot of our programs, most of our programs are built around work. So helping people to get better jobs, to get back into the workforce, to give them the soft skills that they need. Sometimes it's their third, fourth, fifth chance at a job, and they just need to learn, those soft skills that they need, that employers are looking for. We help to teach those. So it could be a senior that's in our senior program. Those are 55 and above who maybe hasn't been in the workforce for 20 years and doesn't know about Word and Excel and stuff like that, or email. So we help to train those people to teach them the skills that they would need to work in an office environment, and to help get back into the workforce. We have our teen program that's for anywhere from 14 years to 24 years, where we take those teens and through our summer youth program, we help them to learn skills where they work side by side with a jobs coach to learn those job skills. And, at the end of everything, we want to teach them those skills so they can be self-sustainable, so they can go out to, any place of employment and get a job on their own.
Well, that sounds like a very noble cause.
It is. It's a fantastic cause. We're big believer in giving people a hand up.
So for you, I'm sure this is enriching and fulfilling.
Yes. Prior to being an employee with the organization, I was on the board of directors for 14 years.
Oh,
So I really became in love with the mission, and then having been born with a disability, I any chance I get to help people, who might need an extra hand to work, that helps me to sleep at night.
all right. Anything else you'd want to add today on our podcast?
Oh gosh, we just want to thank everyone for their donations, because every single T-shirt, every single flower vase, everything that we get goes to help people right here in Crawford County, and in Marion County, and in the 5 counties that we serve, and so every single donation counts.
And it is appreciated. I know you've shared that with me. So
Yes.
that's wonderful. And you have a wonderful staff of people. We've had a number of them over, and I've interviewed them, various ones in your organization. It sounds like you have a really good team.
They are fantastic. They are really a great group of people.
We appreciate having you working with us here at North Central Ohio Media Group. Again, Marion County now, Crawford County now.
Yes.
We appreciate what you're doing and your mission, and we look forward to doing things further with you. And again, I think you're like the 4th or 5th person that I've had up here, which is good, because I like when they spread it around.
Sure.
People see different people from Goodwill, and they say, well, that person's there, and they start understanding that it's just more than one person, and
Right.
number 2, it's more than one concept other than a store. There's other
Absolutely.
concept.
Yes.
It's about trying to. A lot of this is training people to have a good work skills and
Yes.
to be self-sufficient.
Yes, absolutely.
Did I sum it pretty good?
You did good. You
Well,
did awesome, Dave.
Well, I tell you, I didn't do too bad for a podcast host who sometimes I'm not all with it. But at any rate, this part of my job is to make people comfortable in the interview. And is this the first podcast interview you've ever done?
I think the first podcast, yes.
All right. Well, gee, now see you can put that on your.
Put it on my resume and my
Yeah.
LinkedIn page.
Oh, there you go. Speaking of that, is there anything that people need to contact you about for some reason?
My a big part of my job is
Okay.
to dealing with companies or apartment complexes or anything like that wants to host a we call it a declutter event. Basically, where we take a truck in for a few hours and then gives the residents of a community or the employers of a corporation the chance to bring donations they just want to declutter their home. So now is the perfect time of year to get those on our schedule, and so that's a big part of what I do.
How would they reach out to you, Matt Tway?
They can reach out to my email address is mtway@mariongoodwill.org.
Okay. And if they had any other questions, they will get the message to you if they would call the general number for
Yes,
Goodwill.
yeah, absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
And again, I'm going to reintroduce your name as I close out our podcast. We've been speaking with Matt Tway. I got to read this fancy title off, man. He's got the title. Vice President of Community Development with Goodwill Industries. I have to look down because I can even butcher that up if I'm not careful. I appreciated having you here on the podcast today. I wish you the best, Goodwill the best, and anything that we can do to help you be successful and Goodwill be successful, we're here for you.
Sounds great. Thank you, sir.
You're more than welcome.
All right.